saw you in there, Chileth. I wasn't gonna let you claim that I started late, despite the fact that my dog was really trying to sabotage it. How's it going, everybody? It is Thursday evening. That means it's time to play some Death and Taxes. I'm not changing any cards. We're still just running with this until I have inspiration to try something last minute on Sunday, which is going to end up being our last stream before Eternal Weekends because I'm going to be driving to Pittsburgh next Thursday. So yeah, this is where we're at, and we're gonna keep running with it. I think the only thing that I can really imagine changing, at least at this point, is like there's certainly a sliding scale here of like respecting Storm that we could really go to the very hard on the disrespect ends, but I think that's just very risky in paper, especially with there's going to be a lot of people just playing the decks that they want to play, and there are people who like casting Dark Ritual, so I think that would be pretty irresponsible. I think I'm already kind of scraping by as it is, so you can do a Magic Online. Find me an opponent. Okay, Jax. 1 second. Alright, I win the die roll. Go ahead and reveal our companion and look at a pretty decent hand. The GT in it isn't the best, but we can live with that. This hand is a little weak to Wasteland right now, but hello, I am Streamer. How can I help you? How can I help you, Aishanine? I hope you're crazy. Am I quiet? What's up? My mic is here. OBS says I'm not muted. Just quiet, huh? Give me a second. How about now? Is that better? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. There's a switch on my microphone that's supposed to mute it. It doesn't actually mute it. It just makes it quiet. But I didn't touch it. I don't know why what happened. So there we go. Sorry about that. Let's take our draw step. Thalia. It unironically was probably the dog, yeah. Alright, DRC, what do I want to do with you? I think I just want to fetch a plains here and get this Thalia dazed. Or bolted, one of the two. Or, okay. Oh, that's a deal. Okay. Um. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna Bowmaster on one land against this Thalia. This DRC is gonna take a long time before it gets online, so I'm just gonna go ahead and Bowmaster the Delver. Actually, could also probably should have just played the Mom there. Although having it as a card to pitch to Solitude is kind of nice too. Another DRC. Okay. So they can cast a force. They can cast a force through the Thalia if they hit a. They'd have to hit a Ponder or a Bauble off of the Surveils to hit Delirium. Although I guess if they do that, then the Bowmaster isn't resolving anyway. So I think that. Oh, Handsome Devil on top of the leaderboard. Yeah, I can show you that. I can show you that person. I think. Actually, can I? I feel like I should be able to, but I don't actually know how. Arrow in the bottom left. Oh, there we go. Whoa, who's that? Never heard of him. All right, cool. Easy win. Let's board in all these good cards and cut all these bad ones. I'm gonna assume that it's Rug just because Rug has been really popular lately, but the boarding only barely changes if it's Grixis instead. XJ Cloud strikes again. Yes, I'm Strimmer. How's it going, Trilith? What's up? No. No, you may not. I refuse. This hand works. It's, you know, it's good at not dying. That's mostly what you want. Ponder. That's even better. Ponder Shuffle. I'm not going to get baited by that, though. Didn't really want another land. Oh, well. I do not want more lands, so I'll go ahead and fetch here. Critter. Okay, cool. Let's get this Delver out of here. Supporting the arts. I can't believe it's gotten as big as it is. I mean, obviously it's horrible, so everybody wants to share it with everybody, but like, wow, it got so big. Good work, by the way. If it didn't flip, I probably wouldn't have plowed it, so I probably should have waited till the upkeep. I sort of trapped myself not being able to double black spell here. So I think I am going to... I'm going to Thoughtseize. I don't love just holding... Oh boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right then. Let's take the bolt. Yeah, sure. Okay, all right. I wanted them to triple daze it so bad. Now I can't even cast this Bowmasters, but I guess the Bowmasters would also get dazed here, so I'm not really excited about casting it. Frankerzy Terrier of Twitch is absolutely unplayable. What are you talking about? They shuffled off of the Ponder, so I think, yeah, I'm just gonna cast this Recruiter. I'll get a Stoneforge. Thank you for the 12-month streak. I can't believe I've been doing that for, I guess, a little bit longer than that, but still, thank you for all of your support. Oh my god. They're getting to convert all their forces. I'm going to hold this mana up for the Bowmasters this time. Alright, well, that was something, I think. We also didn't learn what their third color was. Yeah, sure. Yeah, they got, sure. They got to do, they got to not have to 3-for-1 themselves and pick up 3 lands with their days. But it's a pretty low bar. Oh, that's what's going on here, huh? Probably just taking the Apprentice here. I sort of see an argument for taking the days specifically because it means that we're reasonably likely to resolve a Bowmasters on a Brainstorm they need to cast, but I think I just take the Apprentice and then move on with my life. Oh, you don't... Interesting. I thought I had changed this. I think it's just been in my been the one that I'd had selected for a while, but I'm currently using the full art one in paper. Interesting. So their hand is, what was the land they picked up? It was Underground Sea and something else. And they have force. So if they just have Chain of Smog in their hand, then casting Recruiter loses. I also like wasting and casting Bowmasters here. All right. I could maybe do a stream with Mono White. I'm definitely not doing it until after Eternal Weekend. Yes? I mean, if you have something, show me. Huh. Force pitch the Brainstorm. All right. I don't quite understand that. They already didn't cast anything, so I think I have time to cast Recruiter over Thoughtseize here. I think that what do I want to get here, actually? Stoneforge puts on pressure. Skyclave lets me easily answer another Witherbloom. I do like that Stoneforge lets us just go Stoneforge Thoughtseize next turn also. Yeah, we're getting Stoneforge. Misjudge that you wouldn't trade and overvalue the Brainstorm. Yeah, that's possible. Obviously, to me, it's like the easiest trade in the world, but I guess I understand why it might not look like that from their perspective. The Brainstorm is dead versus the Bowmasters with Apprentice in play. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, well, that is a little worrying. But I guess we know we have the Solitude. So I think I'm just gonna get a Jite here then. If we draw a land, then that's just another way to answer an apprentice. Um, yeah, I like that. All right, land? No, but yeah, that also works. Yeah, just do this now. And actually, there's no reason not to just cast this Jite and then pass. I guess the reason might be since I know the last card in their hand is Chain of Smog. Actually, it doesn't matter. I heard that it wasn't on his list. It doesn't really bother me. Yeah, so those cards are gone. But I will make them discard their hand. That's a force. Okay, sure. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. A lot of people. This is not me like being upset at Reed in any way. I don't think that he plays enough Legacy, generally speaking, to be, the arbiter of what is, like to be like be like super accurate on like what his top 15 decks are. I don't really care that much what he thinks about D&T. I feel good about it. It's what I would play regardless. But um, is this a Bowmaster? Sure. Anyway, point is, I'm not that worried. Sure. All right. Now I'm gonna get Kaldra. All right, and it is over. Cool. Um, yeah, I mean that's part of it too. If his list is like trying to suggest decks to people, yeah, I agree that you should not be suggesting D&T to someone who's just like wondering what they should play in Legacy. What am I doing here? So this is removal, although it's not great removal, but it is removal. Surgical means that if we we thought he's one half of the combo, we just get rid of all of it, and then the game's basically over. Teague stops like Force of Will, but that's it. I don't think that the spell combo hate is going to matter because they have force, so it means that I don't think they're going to have room for like dark rituals. So I think we probably just leave it at that. Batterskull doesn't really do anything. Sash. Let me see if I can find other cuts than Sash, I guess, first. I like Jite. I like Kaldra. All the removal is great. Thalia isn't very good. Mostly just makes the combo cost one more mana on their turn. That might be better than Wisp, though, to be fair. Wisp doesn't really do anything. Wisp probably does more than Lauren. And they are at least, you know, a combo deck trying to cast cantrips and nothing else. And they have force protection, I guess. So maybe this is good. Maybe this is good enough. This seems alright. I'll roll with it. This hand ain't great. That's true. Force doesn't protect the combo. Good point. I don't... Yeah, I think we got to mulligan this. This is better. Yeah. It's not great, but it is better. Oh. Is this Grief getting reanimated? Okay. Well, we no longer have cards. Now this makes more sense. Like, this looks more like what the Chain of Smog combo deck wants to be doing. Grief is definitely one of the cards of all time, that's for sure. No reason to expose Sash to a Bowmasters. I'll also wait to vial it in once I get to my next turn. Well, that's annoying. World War 1 at basic songs we got black if we never crack a... Yeah, okay. That's actually, that is definitely a fair point. Oh. So I think that we need to... Maybe we don't need to pitch the Solitude, but maybe we have a little bit more time. Yeah. I think we do play Sash. I might win the race, actually. That is fair. I am going to make it a 2-2 now. I think I want my Bowmasters out of the yard. I don't think the swamp meaningfully affects it, does it? we have these 4 permanents, no others, and they have Fatal Push anyway. Big ol' meanie. Now we decide whether are we trying to hard cast Solitude into this Daze deck, or are we trying to pitch the Yorion right now? That is a fair point. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This could be a Witherbloom Apprentice. It is a Witherbloom Apprentice. Okay. Well, now what do we do? I guess we kind of have to still cast the Solitude, right? I guess like if we Swords Grief evoke Solitude on Witherbloom Apprentice, we get to start top decking, but they did just cast a Brainstorm. They probably have more to do here. The problem obviously here being that if we do hard cast the Solitude and they have Daze, we die on the spot. This is very awkward. Daze or Force, notably. They could have either, and we haven't really given them a reason to cast either. Although if they have a counter spell, or I guess if they have like a Force for either of these, then we still only have one more draw step. I don't know. I think either option sucks. But I'm gonna go for this one. I guess we cast it in. No reason to cast in their upkeep. That's bad. Okay. Apprentice is gone. I killed the Apprentice because if they untap, they could just immediately win. And I think that's a good enough reason to get rid of it first, even though this Grief sure is acting unblockable. Let me get a little bit of my beverage while they think. Yeah. Now it's a little bit of a standoff, and they get rid of 2 really good cards, so I don't know. Now I want my Wisp. I'll also take a Karakas. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Um. So we definitely want Sash in our deck. It's making me think a little bit about Rest in Peace, but I don't know if Reanimate is a good enough reason. Wisp looks a little bit better, but I'm not sure over what cards really would be the problem. Oh, we can bring in Containment Priest. Hmm. I think we're just cutting some Thalias for these cards. Yeah, that looks right to me. I would love to play first. Yeah, yeah, this hand's good. I think this is a matchup where I want to lead on Thoughtseize, especially with the Surgical in my hand too. I should have. I think at this point I should probably just assume they're not a Wasteland deck. So that this I should have just fetched a Scrubland instead. Okay, so we can do that thing I mentioned before, where we take Chain of Smog and then strain them without a combo. They have a force for it, but I think that is a fine trade. Yeah. Surgical, Chain of Smog in their draw step. See what they choose to do. I assume it's getting forced. Probably pitching the Sorin's Ransom in their hand, if I had to guess. No, they let it go. Okay. Alright, so now we just have to deal with normal scam things. So there's Griefs, Trolls, Bowmasters is a Plague Engineer. Only 3 Reanimates. Yeah, okay. So, is there a Brazen Borrower? There's a Boseiju, there's no Brazen Borrower. I'm going to take a quick screenshot of this. But we know what we're up against. There's a Toxic Deluge and a Snuff Out, and then the 2 Fatal Push for removal. Okay, got it. And they play the Polluted Delta. Okay. Get rid of that. Draw, step, stop. There's the drop. And... oh, this must be them casting the Wither Bloom command on the Vial, which makes sense. Command on the Vial, mill themselves, get the Delta back. They don't, since they are pretty low on removal, I probably should have just sorcery speeded this Bowmasters, honestly, and not even given them the opportunity to cast this Brainstorm. Okay, they let it resolve, so maybe they have the Fatal Push in hand already. They could have their own Bowmaster also, actually. I forgot about that. Lots of lands going on over here. I am sort of suspicious of a Bowmasters of their own. Oh, I meant to put Yorion in my hand. This was a mistake. I just clicked the wrong. Are they? Maybe they're ransoming here. I guess if they tap out for a ransom, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. So what do you got? Bowmasters, Brainstorm, Wastelands. I don't really want them to. I think it's the Wasteland and the Bowmasters that I don't want to be together. I'm just trying to figure out what I can put face up that they would care about. I could just do this. I could do like a Wasteland Brainstorm together maybe. But yeah, I think I'm realizing it should just be Bowmaster, nothing else, and everything else. This force pitching one of the Brainstorms. Okay, that's fine. And that play pretty heavily suggests that they don't have their own Bowmaster, or that's what they would have done in response instead, basically. Okay. Okay, you got me. So I don't know one of the cards in their hands. Okay, Tech. No, two of them because they use the Wastelands. So now I don't know three of them. Okay, that's scary. So I can only take one hit from this troll. Man, this is awkward. And we know they have a daze, so I think I am probably just passing holding up Bowmasters, and hopefully next turn I draw a land that can cast the Yorion through the daze, and we can block the troll if we have to, although it would be better if we just drew removal or a recruiter or something like that. Is another ransom? Gross. Well, It's my first 2 1 and 3 piles. Yeah, ouchie. Just need swords, solitude, recruiter, end of list. I believe that I'm now dead because even if I cast the Yorion, they can brainstorm and daze it for 2 apprentice triggers. Let me start by attacking for 2. Oh, they just have a hard cast force in hands, so none of that mattered. Got it. Got it. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. We drew many a land in that match, unfortunately. Surgicals ended up being worse, certainly, since they were just kind of playing scam. Maybe it wasn't worth boarding them out, but I don't know. A lot of the cards that we were boarding out weren't ones I was really excited to have anyway. I feel like the upside there is probably good enough. Dog needs to go out again. Alright, I'm back. Alright. We are playing a Yorion Mirror. Could be good news, could be very bad news. I will keep this hand. Okay. Blue Yorion decks tend to be pretty tough nowadays. Could be beans. Most likely to be beans. I'm just going for double duel right now. These decks usually play like 1 to 2 wastelands. They can loop them with loam, but we're a long time from that happening, so. Okay, Jack. Pupper indeed. I wish he could settle though. Alright, goodbye Thalia. They fetched a snow-covered island, so we know about that in their hands. Mother of Runes. I'll cast that later. We'll get a recruiter first. This is going to get a Stoneforge. There's a bean. Probably going to Skyclave at this turn. Skyclave doesn't have a lot of targets in these matchups usually. I guess I'll attack first. Games are going okay. I kind of demolished a Delver player who never even revealed me what their splash color is, which makes me think it's probably green. And then I had some weird, not great ones against. It was like Bug Scam that was also playing Witherbloom combo. And the post board games were just kind of rough because I sort of wasn't sure how to sideboard, sort of wasn't sure if it's a fairy, huh? That's annoying. Sort of drew a lot of lands in the third game, things like that. This is getting a Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah. Putting swords on top, maybe? Yeah. I'm riding high on what is the card I'm thinking? I'm riding high on Thoughtseize more than Bowmasters, but they're both good. I like the black cards a lot. So they put swords on top. They can like bounce my Skyclave to draw it if they want to. Yeah, that is fine by me. That is also nice. Swords, notably, not often good against these decks either, so I can just pretty happily do this, kill the Teferi with combat, keep the Skyclave in my hand. And I think that there's basically two options. I can either cast the Mom to prompt them to use their Swords to the Plowshares. If I recruit for a Lauren, that uses my mana better for the following turns. But I think just getting the swords out of their hands so that this Stoneforge can go off is probably better than that. Mm-hmm. Is it another Teferi? Oh, putting Yorion in hands. Okay. That is fine. Would have liked to have drawn a 5th land there. We're definitely losing pretty hard on the spend all your mana every turn sub game. But at least I know that half of the cards in my opponent's hands don't really do anything right now. Is this just... Oh, it's a 1 ring. Okay. Well, that's something we can get with the Skyclave. They did that wrong if they were trying to play around Bowmasters, but... Not that that really mattered. We don't have it, but... Ooh, okay. That is what I wanted to see, mostly. Get out of here, 1 ring. Okay. Is this bouncing a Skyclave again? Sure. Excuse me. Goodness. What is this? This is another 1 ring? Okay. Whatever. I'll exile this one too, I guess. And they're tapped out, so at least I know I get to kill the Teferi. Annoying. Force pitches the Orion. Okay. Then I think I will just go ahead and kill the Teferi and recruit for another Skyclave. It'll either be a Skyclave or a Bowmasters. Those are the 2 options, but I think it's Skyclave. I think we just want to cut them off of total number of cards right now. Yeah, it's comparable mana efficiency because we're probably next turn's probably going to be cast a 3-drop, put Yorion in our hands. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Any order. Let's just move on. Mm-hmm. They don't shuffle off of the ponder. What is this? Is Lorien revealed? Gross. That's a lot of cards. Alright, one ring's out of there. And yeah, I'm gonna just use this wisp to reset the cauldron here. If they cast a binding, then next turn we can recruit for Lorien, kill the binding, attack with Kaldra. The fact that we haven't had to use this second recruiter yet has been very beneficial. Smells like a binding. Yeah, okay. They're also playing pretty slowly, so clock might come into might become a factor later on. But obviously I am basically dodging 4th Aerlingus for as long as possible. As soon as they cast that, things get real ugly real fast. They don't have a second green source to escape right away, which is good. At least not yet, they don't. That probably is one. Yeah, there's a Savannah. Well, Karakas would be a good draw for that. Swords would be... I think Karakas is the best, certainly. Because it lets us do the whole recruiter for Lorien bit and attack. Did they exile anything that matters? No, not really. I can... That actually might be... Taking away their red mana here might actually be really important. Most of these decks... It looks like there are probably a build with Bowmaster, given we've seen 2 black sources so far, so usually if they're playing 4th, it's off of, like, a Volcanic and maybe a Triome. They have Loam in their deck, it's not permanent, but, like, I think keeping it off... keeping it out of... Making it not a possibility for longer is important. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the red source. And we'll go to combat. Hit him for 3 with the Wisp. Okay, they have a force, pitch a brainstorm. So, Yorion's going to have to do some work here. Swords on the Skyclave is also quite bad. But they had only 1 card. We have plenty of good draws. Obviously, Uro is drawing a card every turn, which is the concern, but... many forces have they cast? But it's 1, 2. I guess the force negation's kind of 3, but not really. Very sure. Yeah, that's fine. Come on. I don't think I want to play that. There's not much value to it, and I don't want to reveal that I'm on the green splash just yet. So I think that I'm just going to. Oh, what's this? Oh, hardcast force. All right. Well, we're not dead. Those were some very well-timed forces, unfortunately. But these games should take even longer in post-board games, and they are down to half their clock already, so. We still have Caracas as a draw, we still have Solitude as a draw, Swords. That is not one of them. Recruiter would have been enough. There were a lot of draws. We were just kind of drawing a little bit dead at the end there. So Teague is good, Removal is good, Rest in Peace, Extra Lauren, all of these are good. Thalia stinks against decks packed with Uro. Although I do need to consider also boarding out some number of swords instead. I should actually double check, my sideboard guide that I wrote for this matchup. Yeah, I think that one. Yeah, I'm remembering this now. I don't know if this is probably not a version of Beans where I'm interested in boarding in Surgical, so it might just be that we board out the Thalias +1 Swords to Plowshares because they don't have a ton of creatures. It's basically just the Uros that we really want to hit with it. And that's likely to be it. So I think that we are going to submit this, yeah. I would love to play first. And this hand is okay. It has a Wasteland, which may or may not be good, but at least has a Stoneforge and then follow up for the Stoneforge, so I'll take that much. Yeah. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Flooded Strand, eh? Never heard of it. Almost certainly they're going to have a removal spell for it. But we're going to cast another Recruiter. We already have removal. We're just going to keep culture checking them. Scrubland Volcanic Islands. That sounds to me like a potential leyline binding on the Stoneforge. Or they're just gonna... Okay, sure. Blind Terminus. That works too, I guess. That's messed up. Kind of tempted to waste their Scrubland then. It's kind of greedy. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to, which is really annoying. Yeah, I don't want to not draw land and then not be able to cast this Recruiter, because that'll just be the end of the game. They love not playing the lands that they revealed to me. Yeah, we're just getting another Stoneforge. We have 2 Solitudes now. The only other thing I could conceive of us fetching would be a Lauren here. It's pretty messed up, right? Alright, now they've got kind of all the colors. If they might not have a... I mean, they could not have a white source, but I don't want to count on that if I like Wasteland this, because, I don't know, they're blue. They're just going to draw all their... They're going to draw their whole deck anyway, eventually, so... Interesting. Oh my god, Jax. Give me a second. So I am thinking about... Normally I don't like the Solitude Uro before it's escaped, but I actually kind of like it here. Our hand is so full of stuff we're not going to have a lot of time to cast anyway. Yeah. And they just showed us that they are going to be able to escape it next turn, so... Normally don't love doing that, but... Mother of Runes. Alright, here we go. Does that work? There you go. Alright, what do I want to do? I think we are going to Stoneforge, and then I think about casting the Mom, but I don't think that I want to. But I do think I really need to put the pressure on here, so... I'll get a Sash for my second one. Attack with Recruiter. All right, there's the volcanic islands. Binding on Stoneforge then? Yeah, okay. It's kind of looking like their only white source, but again, I also need my mana, so it's really hard. Green, black. Is that a maybe a could be a withered? Nope. Okay, never mind. Wondering. Okay. All right. I will just keep drawing stone forges. At this point, I might just have to cast this mom, and if they have Terminus, then so be it. Yeah. They have a lot of life to work with on this one ring, unfortunately. They now have 2 white sources. Are they going to hardcast the Terminus and make me feel really sad right now? Yeah, they are, of course. I saw that coming from a mile away. Okay, I'll take that. Let's get that stupid One Ring out of here. Alright, just lands for the rest of the game, please. Okay. I am very happy that that's out of their deck now. It's just been a really tough game to actually devise like any game plan. Stuff's just been like happening to us basically. And now they're casting a 4th for 5. Yeah, okay. Once again, stuff has just been happening to us. We finally have a land, though it feels a bit late. But we potentially have the opportunity here to take the initiative, or take the monarchy, at least temporarily. I think this at least gets us into a potential position where we trade it back and forth, which isn't nothing. But it also still really sucks, so. Just crossing my fingers here. Bowmasters isn't a horrible card to draw against someone with the monarchy. they thinking about? I think they do have enough colors. I don't know if they think they have enough colors, but they definitely do have enough. This is where I really wish that I had drawn lands ever and could have cast this Bowmaster. Never mind. Come on. You can do it, opponent. Alright, well, I am going to cast this Batterskull. And probably lose anyway. Their clock is very low. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to matter. But I'll give them the chance for it to matter. Oh my god. I mean, if they spend a minute forcing my Batterskull, then yeah, sure. There's that Aether Vial I needed 7 turns ago. They're playing beans, 5-color beans. We haven't actually seen a black card, but we know they have 4th. Yeah. I mean, understandably, they're digging for lethal. They have multiple cards that make it happen, but like... Okay. I am alive still. I am at 1. I'm not sure what I can draw to live. Or to make this take at least 1 more turn. Maybe a Swords would do it. Okay, they figured it out. They spent every second of their clock. Okay, that wasn't gonna do anything. Yeah, that was a real bummer. That game was just I never had a chance to get any kind of game plan together. Just didn't have the right lands. Right, it didn't have enough lands. They kept drawing Terminus. Blech. All right. Let's try to bring it back. Not with this hand. Maybe with this hand. I'll keep this and I'll put the Mesa on the bottom so we can go fetch swamp. I guess we have the plains back because we'll want the Mesa to be able to get a scrub land potentially. We'd rather have that possibility if they're not a wasteland deck, although it really feels like every deck is a wasteland deck nowadays. Ah, that's what's happening. Rhinos. Well, they don't have any fast mana right now. They're also on the Wasteland Rhinos build, so definitely not getting a Scrubland anytime soon. What do I actually want to take? I see an argument for literally all of these cards. If you take the Force, it means the Stoneforge resolves. If you take the Borrower, it means that the Batterskull you want to get off of the Stoneforge is good. If you take the Violent Outburst, then you're just safe for a long time. It's really interesting. I think I just take the Outburst because if they aren't killing us, we just have a lot of time to play around all of these. So yeah, I'll take the Outburst. Also, if we draw a land in the next 2 draw steps, then it gives us the opportunity to potentially either they force the Stoneforge, which is fine because it means that they have like no action in their hands, or if they let it resolve because they want to play to Borrower, then we get to Thoughtseize the Borrower once we have the mana to put the Batterskull in anyway. Okay, we are good for now. Gonna grab my trusty, dusty Batterskull. And hopefully we draw any land next turn. Any land is good. Oh, they're just petty thefting right away. Okay. Interesting choice. It's annoying land to draw, but I'll live with it. Yeah, we're still gonna Thoughtseize. Force of Negation, pitch the Force of Will. Okay, so they probably have a Cascader in their hands then. And they're going to cast it next turn, but we're going to have 2 living weapons to put in front of it. In addition to having swords to remove one of them. Yep, they are not interested. And I get it. Alright, so I don't like Bowmasters, Lauren, or these Skyclaves, and it's usually bringing in Legions to Ashes, is secretly really good, is sort of accidentally, I should say, really good here. Battle of Bywater cleans up everything. Deafening Silence at least turns off Violent Outburst as a, turns off Violent Outburst as a Cascader, and then Surgical makes sure that we only have to deal with one copy of Crashing Footfalls resolving, and then the rest is history. I will not be bringing in 2 Mindbreak Traps. Thank you for the suggestion, Chylith. Yes, hello. I am Streamer. How's it going? Sand's really good if we had the mana to cast anything. I'm all out of small Yorions, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can roll with this. What am I putting back is the question. I'm probably putting a land back. I think I want to put back a Wasteland here. I have 3 turns to draw a 3rd land. I think that's fine. Please don't Violent Outburst me right now. That would be really rude. Nice. I'll have to see if we have any large or medium-sized Yorions in stock. I'm not sure. Solitude is a very nice card to have there. We only have Thoughtseize as our black cards now, so I think I'm happy to just get 2 planes. And both make sure that we can cast white spells, make sure that we don't get wastelanded. Sure, Force pitches Force. Yeah, that's fine. So this is smelling a bit like a Shardless Agent they're about to cast here. Or not. I'll take that. There we go. There's that third land in the first 3 draw steps we really needed. Okay, Jax, 1 minute. I'm gonna go ahead and get another stone forge here. Yeah, we got the time. All right, I'm back. Opponent's really not doing anything, huh? Oh, no, it's their turn. Just kidding. Oh, well, I'm still right. They are casting something. Fire on the stone forge. Sure. Should wait until I pick the equipment, but my choice wasn't going to change either way, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But the Smother Ruins might be a problem for you now. I just remembered, we do have another black card. It's the Legions to Ashes. That might totally destroy them. Not sure if the 5th card makes me more inclined to get a swamp there. Maybe it does. Come on, there we go. It's another fire ice, maybe. Kill the mom. I guess kill mom and recruiter here. Okay. Okay. Sure. So that's probably gonna mean violent outburst here. What do we want to do against a violent outburst? I think that I just want to recruit a Stoneforge again. We have the answer for 2 rhinos right here. We're on like a pretty relatively stable board. They're going to be down to one. If they are casting a Violent Outburst here, they're going to be down to one card in hand. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess I should Solitude one of them now before they can draw a blue card for force. Nothing out of the ordinary in the cards they revealed here. Yeah, so I can just get rid of all this. I'm gonna take the force since I'm removing it anyway. Don't want to give them the opportunity to kill anything here. Wasteland. Wasteland ain't bad. I probably... So I could waste the Taiga. I guess I probably actually want to waste the Trop because we've already seen a Violent Outburst now. If I am wasting. Which I probably am here. I'm not going to have to hard cast this Batterskull. I'm going to do this now because if they don't float the mana, then I'm going to attack. Looks like another outburst. That could be a problem. Yeah, there's another Footfalls. Still nothing of note. Okay. So now Stoneforge gets to get a Batterskull. Or we already have the Batterskull. We're getting a Cauldron here. We're going to take 8, go down to 6, but then we get to put in the Batterskull protected by the Mom, which seems like probably going to be it. Not too unhappy to see that one. Yeah. drinking my beverage while my opponent figures out what they're doing. And they are not attacking. Okay, I'll take it. That's not bad. It means we don't have to worry about any more Cascaders. I think I'm happy enough with that. At this rate, I don't really care that much if anything I have dies. I don't think. Although maybe I'm supposed to just make sure that. So if we go to pro green here, the biggest punish would be Brazen Borrower. Bounce it, we don't get any life off of it. And they get to attack, and we have to start doing some trump blocking. It might be better to just let this combat happen, make sure the trade happens, and then we have Kaldra as the next blocker, and if we draw a land, we put the Batterskull on the Kaldra, and then the game is as over as it could be. Never mind, they concede. Okay. That is always an option. All right, let's try to close out this 3-2. This hand is pretty mid. My opponent is mulling to 6. I'm gonna join them. This hand just doesn't do enough. I'm happier with this. Trilith, stop. What is wrong with you? I'll keep this and put back in Mesa. Initiative, mono red, one of the two. Initiative, okay. Well, that's annoying. Hopefully they were just casting an Archon hoping it would be good enough. Looks like maybe? Not entirely clear. Ooh, that's a really good draw. Alright, Plains, Mother of Runes. Play another tapped land. Yeah, so here's probably a Seasoned Engineer. Okay, alright, Gaze Symmetry. Notably, they have like no mana now, so they were actually really smart to not attack with Archon. That's good on them. So what are we doing here? We have to Swords the Caves of Chaos Adventure. Basically, we can wait until their turn at least. I'm gonna play Windswept Heath. I think we want to get a swamp here. We didn't Bowmaster. With this Archon's been in play. We haven't had the mana to cast it until now. I'm just gonna wait until this trigger, see if they forge onto the Caves of Chaos Adventurer. They're forging onto something. They forge onto the Archon, which, sure. I'm still getting rid of this. Okay. Ancient Tomb is pretty good for them here. Lets them actually start casting spells, maybe. Oh my god. He's too old to learn Chylith. So we got trapped, I assume? Yeah, we got trapped. I should have fetched a scrubland there, I think. This is, let me think. So if I Skyclave the Archon, I can attack with, yeah, I attack with both Bowmasters and the army token. I kill the Shaman regardless of which way they block. Yeah, this works. This works. And the Fable Chapter 2 can't go off because I'm going to have potentially 2 Bowmasters in play. Alright. I guess Chalice of the Void is probably worth taking some damage for, huh? Not exactly a card they want to have in their hand right now. Oh boy, is this 4th for a bunch? No, it's another Fable. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That was weird. Okay. Taking up to 3. I should probably scry first, but it doesn't really matter. Is this Wasteland good? I don't think so. I think we just want action here. That works. Yeah, I'll just get rid of the newer Fable, or the older Fable. And they can see them. Alright, cool. Alright, cards that I want are Gaddock. Whoop. Don't go in there. I want to see where you're at. Legions to Ashes, Battle of Bywater, Lauren, and Containment Priest. And then potentially these Mindbreak traps. And then what we want to board out is... what is it? It's like... board out all the Thalias, couple the Bowmasters, get rid of the Jite, and then what is it after that? Alright, Sash. And then normally in paper I would have a Canoptek Scarab Swarm here that I would board out, but we don't have that. I'm not boarding in Yorion. So basically it's either do we find a 9th card or do we just not board in the second Mindbreak trap. Notably, the last time I played this matchup, I boarded in 2 Mindbreak traps and they were both horrible. If we're boarding out something, it's probably a Bowmaster. I think I'll just have the 1. This hand's great. I wish I was on the play with his hands, but, you know, sometimes you win game 1. But yeah, this hand's very good. Okay, it's not good if they're casting a Chalice of the Void. Okay, it's bad. Just kidding. I might just Wasteland them here. Yeah, I'm Wastelanding them. Well, that's not great. Archon again? Sure. I'm surprised Archon's still in their deck. Yeah, they had a pretty good hand against us, huh? Imagine if we were on the play. Holy shit. Alright. There's still at least a little bit of a game to play here. Alright, their Archon dies to battle now. That might not be good enough to make a difference. Man, yeah, they're just drawing heaters. gonna play this one out just for a little bit. So you're saying there's a chance. This unironically might be good enough. It is no longer good enough. Okay. Yeah. Resubmit. Yeah, the... Ooh, boy. You know, Chileth, I don't think that's why we lost, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'll keep this. Okay. Alright. So... This hand is trying to cast a turn 1 Caves of Chaos Adventurer. That is mostly what this hand is trying to do. So I just get rid of that. They can cast a turn 1 Fable or Archon also, but like those are less concerning than a turn 1 initiative creature. Yeah. And that kind of shit is why we Thoughtseize first instead of playing Mom. We like to cast Mom first in a lot of fair matchups when we can, but this definitely is not really a fair matchup. Well, that's an annoying draw. It doesn't really change what they're able to do, but it makes it a little more card efficient. All right. I probably should have. I should have played a Vista here, because now my Vista's going to come into play untapped under this Archon. They get rid of Lotus Petal, Spirit Guide. Okay. There's the mountain. And this is the Archon? No, it's a Dungeoneer. Okay, well, we still have a lot of problems here, but at least we potentially are getting through, getting to Lostwell. I guess if they fabled into another initiative creature, then no, but this was not a great hand to draw 2 lands for our draw steps. This is also terrifying, but we have to do it. There's the plains. Archon? Okay. Alright, we get to scry. Give me something good, please. Stoneforge isn't bad. But I really just feel like I need a removal here. But maybe I just have to take it as like the best non-removal card we could possibly draw. Definitely putting this on the bottom. I guess a big problem with digging for removal is that Solitude isn't actually a good draw. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. Does not feel great, but I think we have to keep the Stoneforge and get a Cauldron. And just hope that they're not casting an initiative creature like next turn. Yep, you get the initiative back. They really love forging. Another Ancient Tomb. Another Fable. Ugh. They are really spamming Fables at me. Yeah, just take a draw step here. Okay. That changes a lot. So we can take I guess there's two ways to look at it. We can either take the Archon so that their board as it is doesn't really take the initiative back, and then we culture them to take it right now. The other possibility is we accept trading the initiative back and forth for a turn or two, um, and get rid of the reflection because the reflection makes their top deck's kind of nightmarish, which is actually a bigger problem with the fact that they're about to rummage too. So yeah, okay, I am getting rid of the reflection. They get to absorb some free damage here. Huh. Okay, I'll take the initiative back. I think that's fine because they were going to take it back on my turn anyway, so I don't think that is a huge deal here. And I don't think I can really afford to tap either of my moms anyway to like force in damage. I'm gonna have to use one of them to block the goblin at the very least. So discarding Blood Moon and Ancient Tomb. Okay, what did they board out for Blood Moon? Caves of Chaos Adventure is definitely a bummer. They draw a card here. What do I got? Ooh. That might be one of my better draws here. So I can wisp the shaman token, get it out of here. And then I think the best way to take the initiative is probably give like the Skyclave Pro Red and attack. Because then we have Kaldra back as a blocker for the Caves of Chaos Adventurer. So if they might attack for a card, which would be scary, but at least if they do, they're kind of sacrificing it basically. I think, yeah, I think this is right. I guess one other way we could do this is we could just attack with Kaldra, see if they block, which they're almost certainly not going to. But I guess the problem there is if they double block and we don't get the initiative, that feels pretty bad. It also, even if we use